What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Rest Hold Podcast, episode 63. Brought to you, as always, by your boys Tanner, Fred, and me, Zach Foreman. Tanner, say what's up to the people.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Another week of wrestling. Another week of good content. A lot to talk about today.
WWE is striding. Yeah.
Into the three of the big four pay-per-views coming up soon.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously Extreme Rules, but then we got Saudi.
Well, I mean, I wasn't even going to say Saudi, but like I get Saudi's almost kind of like the big 4.5 at this point.
Yeah, because they deliver on Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
Everyone has to watch it
and
after work.
And they treat it like a big four. That's true.
Everyone has to watch it after work, but they treat it like it's
the big
a
one.
spectacle.
Yeah.
They quite honestly get what they pay for.
100%.
With that said, you want to just
jump right into Saudi, I guess?
Yeah. I mean, how's
main event?
How's it shaping up?
Currently announced for Saudi.
Yeah, we got
Roman Reigns and
Logan Paul. Thoughts?
I don't know. It's weird. He's not winning.
Okay.
He's definitely not winning.
So here's the thing, for me at least. Logan is very good. Probably the best celebrity.
Sans Pat McAfee?
Yeah. Like, probably talent-wise better than McAfee, too.
Probably.
Athleticism right there with McAfee. I'm not going to say more or less, but, you know.
Was still a pro football player.
Yeah. But this is not good.
Here's what I think this is. And this is, again, we do this often.
Yeah.
I think they needed something where the match won't be the talk, but the post-match will. Because I think it's time. We've said it so many times. I think this is the one for real. I think this is Bray.
Okay. By all accounts, I mean, every report is it's not if, but when.
But when.
And they plan on bringing him back. They will not mention anything about him. It won't be a preview or a spoiler, or which kind of leads us into another talking point later.
Yeah.
It's just going to happen.
Yes.
So they're obviously not going to do that on a Raw or SmackDown.
Not going to be a Raw, not going to be
because
it wouldn't even be Extreme Rules.
They're going to want everybody watching. What better way to get people to watch a 1 in the afternoon or 11 in the morning, whatever it is, pay-per-view, than holding out Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt.
I said this, and I don't think I was on the podcast, but every time someone close to Bray or someone friendly with Bray from prior to the cut comes back, more likely he comes back.
Exactly.
And the way Braun Strowman's being positioned already, Bray Wyatt's coming back.
Yes, he is. I believe so. Which kind of leads us into another, kind of like the most not controversial, but most talked about wrestling thing of the week right now.
Yep.
This whole White Rabbit situation.
Right.
So for those who don't know, WWE posted a video, not like a weird clip on their website.
Who ended the world?
And then it was like a hangman thing with this little white rabbit bouncing through the letters, and it was "You did." Now, speculation obviously was Bray Wyatt at first.
Right. But then
there's another one which is Karrion Kross. And for those who don't know, on the Indies, Karrion Kross did use the name the White Rabbit.
Yeah.
So who knows?
My only thing with this, and I know he hasn't really been around, he's been around, but hasn't really been around since being involved in the feud.
Yeah.
But does he need this?
I don't think Kross needs this.
That's why
I don't think it's either of them.
Yeah, which is great on WWE.
And here's why I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the clip, they flash 9.23 as in the date, which is the date of SmackDown.
Right.
But then it flips back and forth between adding a dot up top.
Right.
So it's 9.23 at 9.23 is what it seems.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's going to be like another vignette or something's going to happen on SmackDown, but I doubt it. That's why I would be more likely it's Kross. Because they're not going to do that and then have even if it is Bray.
They're not.
They're not doing it on SmackDown.
No. So that's the same thing I was thinking is the 9:23 was switching between date and time.
Yeah.
Which happens to be Friday, and SmackDown runs between the hours of 8 and 10 Eastern. Yeah. They're going to do something at 9:23 on SmackDown. Yes. What that is, I don't know. It's probably, if WWE's taught me anything in the last, 5 years at least, but pretty much forever. It'll just be another clip leading to something else.
100% will be another clip.
They're not going to spoil what they're doing now on one time frame, one vignette, one teaser, or whatever it is. They're going to go right to another one, and they'll give us another hint and another, and then the internet will go crazy, and they'll be like, "No, this is it. This is him. This is blah blah blah."
This.
We're all going to be wrong. They don't like to make it obvious.
Especially with Triple H.
Yeah.
He's been very good at keeping the door for secrets closed. Other than Braun, Loomis was out of nowhere.
Yep.
Johnny was out of nowhere.
Dakota
Kai was out of nowhere. Io getting called up was out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, he's been even Bayley was... But the one with Bayley is like, everyone's like, oh, she's coming back now. She's coming back now. I mean, we did too. Eventually, you're going to be right. So... But I mean, they've been pretty good at keeping that everything under lock and key. And apparently, the Bray thing is even under like tighter lock and key. Like no one backstage knows.
Yeah, that's what they're saying is that they are not disclosing this to anyone.
Yeah, which is fantastic.
Which I hope stays that way
100%.
Because I want him to come back, and
I don't want to know when.
We've gotten to the point where it's like we know he's going to come back, but do we really?
Yeah.
I don't know. So when it comes and it pops and the lights cut, and the Fiend comes out, or the freaking Lantern and he's like Cult Master Bray again, whatever it is, I'm gonna pop.
Yeah, it's gonna be
and
crazy.
I want to pop.
Yeah,
and
I don't want to know. Be like,
it.
oh, I know it's coming at Saudi.
Yeah. And there's a chance it doesn't come at Saudi. There's a chance they're like, no, let's save it for Survivor Series or something else, like one of our real big pay-per-views. Yeah. Because what's the rush on getting him back now?
Nothing.
Like the fans want him, obviously. Yeah. But if you know he's coming back,
it's best time to use it, not just let's get him in there. You know.
Because if he wanted to come back already, he would have been. You know what I mean? So he's clearly not rushing it.
Yeah.
They're clearly not rushing it.
Yeah.
So make it the best return possible, like the most fitting return possible. I don't know, maybe cost Roman a title?
That was I was actually going to lead into next. Yeah. I think they need to either have the championship situation figured out or use him
to get
that because we say this every week how cluttered that championship picture is. There's a lot of guys that deserve to be in the picture, and adding someone like Bray to that is going to cause a massive problem.
That's why. And I know, I mean, we talk about it weekly, but now there's a lot of buzz on the dirt sheets too. These belts are getting separated.
They are getting separated.
Sooner rather than later. So
they're trying to figure out how they want to do it, it seems like. Because I don't know what they're going to do, but apparently they want to separate them without having Roman lose in any capacity.
Right.
Which is a monumental task. Actually,
you can't. What is he going to vacate one?
They did talk about that where he's just like, I don't care about this. Like it's the Raw belt. Like I'm the unit. Like, but that doesn't really fit the character in my opinion. I think it's one of two things. You have him be distracted during a triple threat in some capacity, whether that's the Bray return and he takes care of that and he loses, or Theory cashes in.
And
it becomes a triple threat,
right?
And Roman loses, and it only gets one.
I think, and maybe this is me being too simple-minded. Roman has a lighter work schedule, right? Like he's not working every event. He
hasn't been on really since.
Right. Fake an injury. Got to vacate one because we need a title present. Like
maybe
I don't know
something
because having him lose a belt without losing is a tall order.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Like, because what we said at like the triple threat, right? Like, if Roman gets pinned, he loses both, but if someone else gets pinned, you only get one, right? Like, that kind of makes sense, but it's still sloppy.
Yeah.
But what are your other options?
You don't really have a whole lot of other options. The problem is Vince, like, really backed the company into a corner with this.
And it has been great.
Yeah.
But
I don't think he needed it.
You're running out of time to fix it.
That's what I was thinking about. I was driving over on the way here. Did him getting both belts really elevate him that much? I don't think so. Do you think so?
I think that he became
the greatest champion. Do you think both belts or because he beat Brock? You think it was both belts?
I don't think the two belts mattered necessarily.
Or the fact that he's the champion?
He's the champion. Okay. And I think that kind of like elevates his reign. That's already a great reign, but now he's literally the greatest champion of all time. Okay. Like I think it's kind of undisputed because he's not competing with TV time, for instance, with like Seth. Yeah. Because then Seth's over there, and Seth does amazing work. Yeah. So Seth's probably better, right? Yeah. And that's not to say anything bad about Roman because we love him, but if Seth's over there
with the belt,
being champion, doing his promos and being the charismatic Seth Rollins that he is, you're going toe to toe with Roman.
Yeah.
So
I guess what you're saying. That's
it kind of eliminates any.
Any
this
opposition.
is the guy.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. But I don't know. I don't know what we do here. But speaking of the bloodline and belts, newly crowned North American champion Solo Sikoa, no longer champion. This was a massive cop-out.
I have a few thoughts on that. They didn't need to make him champion at all.
Yeah.
2, having him vacate is entirely like lazy and
it was
and
lazy.
Gross.
It was.
Like the excuse they used too, where you weren't sanctioned.
Yeah, what?
You let him wrestle.
You let him wrestle. You watch him have the whole match.
And if you're going, the thing for this is like, Solo doesn't need to be brought up right away.
I think that's what the issue is they're bringing him up and they realize like, hey, this kid's actually better than we thought he was. We're not going to want him on NXT anymore.
And we can't have the North American
title
on.
But
so what is that? Just for the freaking press conference? Like that they're all champions?
I think, no, you know what I think really what it was? Is they gave it to him and then changed their mind that they want him on the main roster.
You're probably right. That's probably what it was. But I wouldn't put it past him for just like, oh, we want the whole bloodline with a belt for this press conference.
Yeah, they definitely did. I mean, that was a good one too. Yeah.
But if you're just going to have him be on the main roster, you could easily have him lose that ladder match.
Oh, yeah. Have him lose
it's a 6-man ladder match.
Yeah.
You don't have to win.
No.
And nobody would think anything of it because it's 6 men.
Yeah.
So vacating is lazy.
Yeah.
And it's not like if you got like...
I think what it is they have plans for him or the belt, and they don't want to wait till Halloween. Because that's a while.
It is. Are they doing Halloween Havoc the Tuesday before or after?
I don't know. But still, it's end of October.
I know it is. I know. But I don't know. Because to me, it's like you got guys, and for instance, like Dragunov, right? Shows up on NXT. Like, if you told me he wins the ladder match, yeah, I buy it.
Sure, yeah.
The guy's awesome.
Yeah.
The guy freaking rules.
Mello, sure. Yeah. Sure, makes sense to me.
Mello gets it back?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no problem here.
Right, yeah.
Anybody could win
there's a lot of people. Yeah.
So, like,
Grayson Waller, sure. Yeah.
And I know the North American champion is like...
He's the IC champion.
Exactly. He's the fighting champion. So you want it there. You want him on TV every week. But guess what? Pull double duty.
Yeah.
Pay for him to work, you know?
And with the way NXT is, like, it's not a show where, like, you expect the championship to be on it consistently.
Right.
Like, if they miss a week or two, like, that's not out of the norm.
And
that's kind of just how it is. Yeah,
right.
That's just, he wasn't on this episode. That's really all it is. It gets chalked up to that. So, I don't know. It was a weird choice. But here's the one thing about it that I think they're not going to do it, and it's a shame. But it's great publicity for NXT, and it just adds to the character in general. Have Roman go down there and be like, "You just take this belt away from my cousin." Like, just have him do his whole thing on NXT. Like, makes NXT absolutely must watch that week.
And I didn't think of this at all until you brought it up. But you take that one step further, and that's how you bring Solo up.
Yeah.
Like, you're taking the belt off.
We're taking him off NXT then.
And there you go.
Yeah, there it is.
And now it's like your champion literally runs the brand.
Yeah.
Like, he is your company. Yeah. So that elevates Roman further. It elevates NXT further. And it makes Solo a must-see guy on the 100%. Main roster.
Just, if you want to do this to my cousin, we're removing him from NXT. He's kind of staying with me now. Like, that's perfect. That's literally... And you know what? It takes Roman a 2-hour flight to Florida, and then he's done for the week. He lives there. Yeah, literally. He drives up to NXT, and he's done.
Like... This kind of goes what we've said very early on in the podcast, and like we kind of touch on it every now and then when things get rocky. We're not pulling things out of thin air.
This is not out of thin air.
They have laid the groundwork for all of this. You had Solo show up. You had him save the title. So Roman returns the favor. Like, you did this to him. Screw you guys. He's coming with me. Yeah. So it's all there. If you wanted to make it work, you could have made it work. Doing it that way, where you weren't sanctioned to wrestle, is so stupid and so lazy because you would have just stopped the match.
Yeah, you would have stopped it.
Instead we let you win, take the belt,
and now we're stopping
it. Yeah,
it makes no sense. You know what's weird that I just thought about, and it's totally off topic? Mm-hmm. Roman was champion for 8 months before we started this podcast.
Jeez,
how crazy is that?
I mean,
it's a long time.
I mean, we started off the podcast acknowledging our tribal chief. Throwing the ones up.
We the ones.
It goes to tell you, and like, not that we're some landmark, right? But
but
it's the greatest championship reign of all time.
I wonder, it's going to be such an interesting day when he's not champion anymore. Be a great episode.
You know how excited I am, and this is a future us endeavor. When we get to watch the documentary on Roman Reigns,
God.
It's gonna
be watching it with my kids.
You
It'd be
thought
sick.
that these like other ESPN,
it's going to be
ESPN,
nuts.
But yeah, these other WWE documentaries were good.
It's gonna be nuts.
And they are.
WWE documentaries, out of the ring stuff, they do not miss.
No,
they are. It's must watch. 100%. All of it. If you like any kind of wrestling, even not just must watch stuff.
Yeah. The Roman documentary,
it's gonna be crazy.
Especially, and not to
the cancer stuff.
Yeah. The cancer stuff, and then coming back, and then to hear his take on it was like, well, I came back, like they booed me out of the building, and now here I am, like, don't cheer me now.
Yeah.
Like
it's too late. Yeah. It's too late. Yeah. I was working just as hard then.
Yeah. It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be so good.
I can't wait for that. Yeah. But let's not rush his reign though.
Yeah, let's not. But
yeah.
What else we got? Speaking of, I guess, big things and announcements and pay-per-views and all that, Survivor Series, for the first time ever, headlined by War Games matches. 2
War Games. Does this mean 2...
men's and women's.
Yeah,
definitely.
Men's and women's.
I'm interested to... I think it's curious they're getting rid of the traditional 5-on-5.
Well, now there's not a single doubt in my mind that one of these will be the Bloodline. I'm almost positive that because now you have.
I don't. But who? Who are they going? Who are the 4 you send them against?
I don't know. Haven't gotten that far.
Bray, if he's back.
Wouldn't that be something?
I don't know who the other 2 people would be.
Imagine you had them come back all together. I mean, obviously, rest in peace. Now.
You know who you do?
What?
You have to find somebody to hop on with them. Mm-hmm. Give me the Bloodline Imperium. Just find a way to get there. Just find a way.
You're telling me you can't real easily have Ilya join them or Pete Dunne turn on
There's a lot of people. There are a lot of people available to hop in for that match. Even just have Sheamus, just like a respect thing, have him hop in somehow. But Drew, I don't know, find a way.
Gosh, they probably would do Drew, and that would make me nauseous.
Yeah, it would be sick.
That would be the only one I don't want.
Yeah, I don't want Drew in there. But, man... He's too big of a personality.
Yeah. You need someone who's not going to take away from Walt or Gunther being the top guy.
Yeah. But, man, could you imagine? That'd be a sick match.
It would be incredible.
Nuts.
Incredible.
Need that, though.
Yeah.
I hope it's not just Raw SmackDown. That would make me so sad.
If they do that, they really botched
They messed up. They missed an opportunity.
If they're doing Raw SmackDown, just don't do War Games.
Yeah.
Just don't do it.
No, really
because it doesn't make sense.
No.
Like, I'm going to go... I barely liked Survivor Series when it was...
Yeah.
But you got to do War Games.
Yeah, don't do War Games.
I'm going to go to absolute hell and get beat up for just... For SmackDown. For the brand.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Okay,
that'd be so bad.
Dude, which kind of brings us to... I mean, not... It doesn't really bring it, but that hypothetical of Imperium and the Bloodline, I would have loved to see Usos and Imperium be the tag team matchup.
Yeah. So this Friday, the Brawling Brutes, what's the word I'm looking for? Qualified or whatever, won, and they're now #1 contenders for the Unified Tag Team Championship against the Usos. I think that's at Extreme Rules. If I had to, I would assume.
Yes, and I don't think they're going to win.
No.
But maybe we get that next, Imperium and the Usos, and then that builds the Survivor Series. The bad blood is there.
The bad blood would be there. I think it made more sense if you did it now and then just work that into Survivor Series. But
well, you got 2 more in between, so we can get.
Oh, you have Saudi in between.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. Okay, then that's fine then. Okay.
So I'm thinking that could be it, and then it all kind of ties in and adds up.
That would be sick. That'd be such a good War Games match.
And it's gonna be 4-on-4, right?
Yeah,
they're not.
It always 4-on-4.
Unless I hope they don't botch it.
Make it 5-on-5 at Sammy.
Yeah. Hope they don't botch it like that.
Yeah, that would be a mistake. That'd be another
imagine
mistake.
They botch it entirely and Sammy's just in there and they don't use Solo.
No, they're definitely using Solo. They are definitely using Solo. 100%. By November, it's definitely Solo.
Yeah.
But I don't know what they're gonna do. That's gonna be sick. The women, I don't know. That's all over the place.
Might as well do Raw SmackDown.
I mean, at that point, you might as well. Damage Control, maybe.
Versus what? Toxic Attraction?
That's the first one I thought of, but like,
you got
just two heels just for no reason.
Just go to war?
I mean, I guess. It would be pretty good.
But then that's 3-on-3.
Yeah, you find people, though.
They just go
find
recruiting.
someone. That one's not that hard to just find somebody. I could definitely. I mean, I already see it in my head. It's gonna be like Damage Control and like some other heel. Maybe like Charlotte if she's back or something against like.
That'd be sick.
That'd be really sick. Like Charlotte against like Sasha and Naomi if they're back.
I mean, they've been chirping.
And then Bianca and I don't know, someone else.
They've been chirping at Bliss a lot on TV, right? Like saying like you're nothing.
Yeah, so a lot of people are talking about that also being connected to Bray.
Yeah. Because
apparently, not apparently, jeez, on Raw, like during her match, like the lights went out and came back on. So there's a lot of hints. There's a lot of small things happening.
I definitely think he's coming back.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think. Again, I think it's when, not if.
No, yeah, I think that's the common consensus right now is when.
I want Bliss to be good, man.
I do want
she's so good.
Yeah, and she seems to like actually care.
And the fact that
about
she's
her character.
Still doing this stupid character.
At least she doesn't carry the doll around anymore.
Not all the time.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like I don't think her character, even with Bray, was that good.
No, but at least it was something.
Yeah.
It had substance.
But I think definitely I think Triple H is going to let Bray kind of do what he wants within the confines of.
Well, did you see his quote about it?
What?
So Triple H's quote about Bray Wyatt.
About like his creative genius.
Yeah, how he can just run so wild, but he needs to have somebody like guide him to what it needs to be. Like, if Triple H is in the head of creative, which he is. And you get someone like Bray Wyatt, he proposes 1,000,001 ideas. It'd be like, this one works, let's build it to this, and then like. Just let the guy work.
Let the guy do it. Literally just like, all right, here's what we're starting with. Here's what we're ending with.
Get us there.
Figure out the in-between. But this is where we need to be.
Yeah.
So.
Because I got to imagine he wasn't the guy that came up with burn me alive against Randy.
I don't even think that was that bad. It was just. The problem was the graphics were, like, the effects were bad.
They botched the camera.
Yeah, they shouldn't have shown it from that angle. They should have shown it from further away.
Yeah.
But I don't think, like, overall that was that bad. I think what was bad about it is the fact that he walked through a tunnel of WrestleMania and then he wasn't burned anymore. That made no sense. Yeah. That was the bad part. Yeah. Like, it was fine otherwise.
He healed himself from the nether realm.
Yeah, it made no sense. Mm-hmm. But, I don't know.
What else we got?
I think that was the big stuff this week. Bob, the stomp, no sir. How crazy is that?
I don't know how to feel about that.
I love it. I think I love it.
They clipped it like it was the coolest thing in the world. But Seth, you gotta follow through a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta try give it a little more. Yeah,
Seth clearly lands on one foot.
Just give it a little more and then have Bob just hold you up. That'd be sick. It would have been really cool if he went to do it and Bob just held him in the air. That would have been insane.
What I really need to see is Bob get some love as champion. He's winning, but he's
getting good matches.
Yeah, but he's got no story.
Yeah, there's no story.
I need Bob to get some love.
Yeah.
Bob could be a 2-segment-a-week guy.
100%.
He was for freaking
100%.
What, 6 months?
Yeah, a while.
Yeah. So let's get Bob some love.
Bob's definitely a top guy.
Let's bring back the Hurt Business.
No.
Let's do it.
Nah.
No?
He doesn't need it.
He doesn't need it, but the Hurt Business was fun.
The Hurt Business coming out against Retribution was one of the best moments in years. Yeah. Literally in years.
I absolutely loved when Bob spoke about it. He was like, no, I wanted to be champion. I came out in the suit. I looked professional. That's what your heavyweight champion is.
Yeah.
And granted, Roman's killing the game, but I love that for Bob.
Yeah, 100%.
How crazy is it that that's so long ago?
What? Retribution stuff?
No, Bob being
champion?
Champ.
It was what? He lost to Brock in January? That's crazy. That is crazy.
Time is flying.
Yeah, it really is. It's going by fast. It sucks. I miss Bob being champ. Bob was good. And it seemed like he was about to get there.
And
they pulled the rug out on him.
Being the guy to face Roman, he was there. He did the whole hype up. I'm coming for the heavy.
It would have been sick. But that's the problem. There's too many people. Because Seth's talking about it. Kevin Owens talking about it. Drew was talking about it. Cross talking about it. Bob talking about it. Mm-hmm. It's too much. It's just too much.
Bray's coming back.
Bray's going to be back. Braun's back.
These are guys they want up there.
Yeah.
Gotta split the belts.
Have to split the belts.
Brock's coming back.
Is he?
Yes. How did we not talk about that?
I didn't see that.
They're bringing Brock back on a full-time schedule.
For who?
Whoa, I don't know. They're saying he'll be back at day one and work full-time through Mania.
Wow. Maybe Drew? Maybe that's Drew's Mania match?
Maybe they split these belts. We get a little Brock and Seth again.
No, enough of that. Great matches. Saw it 5 times in 2 years.
I like
it
every time.
It's almost as bad as Brock and Roman.
Yeah.
They're just as bad. If you're gonna do that, give me Brock and Drew.
You don't think they would go Brock and Cody?
No.
Nah.
I hope not, because don't get me wrong.
Because you want
I
Cody
love
to be the
Cody.
guy. Yeah.
I love Cody. Cody's not beating Brock.
But he's beating Roman?
Yeah, different. It's so different, though. Right? It's so different.
Roman could beat Brock, but Cody can't beat Brock. But Cody could beat Roman.
You can't sell me on Cody beating Roman. I'm beating Brock.
Yeah.
Even like Seth, it was a tough sell. But Seth is like a little bit different.
Yeah.
Seth's kind of like more of like a darker,
quick, athletic, like.
And he's like not even that, but like he's more of like a vicious character.
Yeah.
You can't sell me that Cody's beating Brock. There's absolutely no way.
Yeah.
Cody's getting tossed into the fifth row.
The son of a
Dude,
plumber.
yeah, he's getting smoked. He's getting smoked.
F5, he's flying out of the building.
Yeah, he's done.
Dude.
He has no chance.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just read that Brock is coming back.
That's crazy. I think Brock versus Drew away from the title would be awesome.
I hope that Brock's okay with that. Like, come back.
Brock is normally okay with doing off the title. I mean, he's been in the title picture every time he's came back, except for Randy.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I hope he comes back and like it's not one of those things where if I'm not in the main event, I'm not.
No, because Brock is a company guy.
By all accounts,
yeah,
yes. I'm just saying. I hope they don't just go right back to the well.
No, you can't. We're in Triple H era. I'm giving H the benefit of the doubt here.
Yeah.
That you can't just go back to the well for the 5th time in a row.
I got a question.
Sure.
Silly question. Maybe I'm just forgetting how this year worked. We had day one, which is obviously New Year's Day.
Yeah.
Rumble's still January.
Yep.
What is it, like 2 weeks apart, 3 weeks apart?
It's the end of January, so like 3 weeks apart. Did we have anything in between?
No.
Yeah, we did. Chamber, right?
In between what?
Yeah, in between day one and...
The Rumble?
In between the Rumble and Mania was the Chamber.
Yeah.
And then that's it, and then it's Mania, right?
This year was just one. Yeah, it was just the Chamber in between. They didn't do two.
Well, it was day one. Well, they didn't have anything in December.
Right, because they did.
So it's day one, which is technically their December pay-per-view.
Which was TLC or whatever.
Yeah, and then it's... What's it called? Rumble, Chamber, Mania, right?
Yeah, I know the year before they did day one this year, they did December, January, February, March, and...
What did they do in March?
Couldn't tell you. I don't remember, but there was one. There wasn't
sure?
that.
Before we went, there was a pay-per-view in March?
Yeah. Because we definitely didn't have that 5-week or 6-week gap.
What was that, 2021?
2021, yeah, pay-per-view. Let's see. I don't think I'm wrong here. I don't know. Maybe I am? No. Yeah.
You are wrong. Oh, they fast lane.
Yeah, see, I was right. That's what I'm saying. There was...
Oh, but that was quarantine too, though.
Maybe.
That was because everything was still... Because, remember, Mania was the first one back.
Check... This is great podcasting. Check one more back.
2020?
Yeah, 2020. I think they were doing that.
No, well, 2020 was right in the smack middle of quarantine.
Okay, but let's just see.
That's not a good website.
Nope.
CBS, reliable.
2020.
Rumble's here.
Yeah, March again.
Chamber.
Yeah, see?
No, but there was nothing in. There was
Oh.
nothing in February.
Oh.
So they just skipped February, did the Chamber, and then went right to
No,
Mania.
because Super Showdown was a Saudi pay-per-view.
That was a pay-per-view?
Yeah.
What?
It's not a Super SmackDown, it's Super Showdown. It was the Saudi show. I'm pretty confident that every year before this year, they were doing a January, February, March, and April.
I guess so, then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so then we'll probably get something in March, then.
Yeah, so maybe we'll...
Get like a fast lane or something.
Yeah. All right. I think
that's it.
Kind of,
that's
it for the week.
Yeah, thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. If you like this type of content, wrestling content, subscribe down below. Comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you think of the belt situation.
Yeah.
Who is the White Rabbit? Is it Bray? Is it Cross? Is it someone we didn't think of? Is it Ali? Is he the hacker and the White Rabbit? Maybe. Let us know.
Yeah. It's not Ali.
Follow us on the socials, Instagram and Twitter @wrestle_pod, Yep. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you want to get your content. We're there. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah.
We haven't done that in a while. Like the video.
Like the video.
We're thinking these shorter ones
might do a little better.
Last week we got like in the 20s, solid.
We hit on some, we miss on some.
Better than the 9 we got that one time.
Boy, that was
a bad one.
Verge of pulling the plug.
Yeah, no.
All right.
The network is about to shut us down. So.
The network. We're the network.
We are the network.
We were about to shut us down.
So, all right, guys. All right.
Thanks for hanging out.
Peace.
Peace.